Yeah?
Sorry I'm late. I'm here. It's a fucking school next to your house, man. The school zone's going on.
It's
Everybody's
okay.
driving 5 miles a fucking hour. Kids
You're
crossing the street.
only a half hour late. It's okay. I was working really hard.
I'm sorry. I need a minute to calm down.
No worries. It's okay. You're here now. We can start as long as you just keep cool and don't have a meltdown.
Fucking little bald.
That's right. It's that time again. CFoD show. Welcome back. This is Tommy Vereen. This is Danny McCormick. Tommy, how have you been?
I've been great, Danny. I had a pretty eventful week. How about you?
I had also an eventful week. That doesn't mean that the events described adjectivically by good.
Those are a lot of words that you
Yes.
just used.
I'm trying to pontificate more pontestular like syllables, so synonyms and vernacular. But hey, look up there. He's wearing new glasses.
Oh, hey, Randall. That's right. It's Tommy Vereen and Dennis Miller hosting your show this week. Here we go. Let's get into this.
Well, I don't want to go on a rant here. But,
You don't need to do all that.
okay.
But yeah, it was a good week. A lot of trades went down this week.
There were some trades, mostly with you.
Yeah, my
involved.
team has pretty much turned over since the one that kicked your ass last week.
I know. I get to play it again.
Yeah, well, half of it. I sent half of it to Barron. But yeah, a lot of trades went down this week. I wasn't the only one making trades. We had James and Ashley involved in there as well.
Yeah.
Ashley doing her first bit of buying, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Loading up for a potential playoff run in here.
Yeah.
That's what you seem to see that happening right now. This season of the CFoD is a lot like a baseball season where the contenders
We're
are
reaching the trade deadline, and people are trying to stock up on picks and or assets. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that actually brought up a thought while we're talking about that in the trade deadline. Trade deadline is November 11th, correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that trade line date with the current happenings in the CFoD?
When I saw it before the season, I saw November 11th. I'm like, man, that just feels too soon. Like, I wish it was later. And now I'm almost thinking it's too late.
See, that's what that's kind of where I was leaning too. Is I feel like it might be a little bit late.
Yeah.
In there because, yeah, I mean now we're reaching that point where
you know who's going to win, or basically we know who's going to the bitch bracket.
Oh, for the most part, I'd say we know 4 teams that are going to the playoffs. Like I would say that, and then we obviously know 2 teams that have no chance of going to the playoffs, and then there's everybody else in the middle that kind of still has a chance. You still have a chance, Danny. I know you're 2-5, but you already got your tough games out of the way. You already played me. You already played the clusterfucker.
I'm playing you again this week.
You are?
Half your team.
Oh, that's right. The ones I sent there. But don't worry, they were the ones that I was done with, and they didn't do too great last night anyway. So you're welcome. Yeah. You do still have to go up against Zach Ertz.
I guess we should mention the fact that we are recording again on a Friday, so the Thursday night game has already happened, and Jay has gotten me a spectacular 7 points.
It was kind of a disappointing game for everyone, I believe, except for Justin.
Baltimore defense. Yeah,
except for Tuna Pocket, which is this week's team name for Justin.
Are we done on set number 1? Should we go to set number 2?
Yeah, I think so. We don't really do much else here except for bullshit.
Bye, Randall. Nice glasses.
You had a good run, buddy.
Yep. It's over. The record stands at 6-0 now. So you're gonna have to beat it next year.
That's okay. I can do that.
Okay.
I'll have my David Johnson back next year.
Oh, good. So speaking of next year, let's go back to last week, where this is what happened.
Not the smoothest transition, but it works. I mean, up there at the top. There he is, back on top where he belongs. Jeff's
I wish you
bitch.
played Josh this week.
I'm glad I didn't play
Or
Josh
Randall.
or Randall this week, because damn did they have a matchup. They lived up to the big game of the week, that's
right.
for sure.
In fact, do we want to talk about that game first? Because then that can make us talk about this week's CFoD MVP.
All right, let's talk about that. I mean, usually we try to save the best game for last, but that's fine. We can talk about that.
Best game for last was ours, and you already know that.
Yeah.
You want to brag about it.
I'm awesome. But yeah, sure, let's talk about a little Taserface and and Randall, they both got off to a good start on the Thursday night last week.
It was like 50 to 44 or something.
It was
like
going
that.
okay, but it seemed like Josh, he had just had such a big lead that it seemed like he was going to win it pretty firmly. But Randall did not back down. Randall got a lot of points from a lot of players in that game and ended up losing by 4.
Yeah, and I'm now looking at the breakdown of this, and Josh got 84 points from 2 players.
Yeah, that'll help. That will make up for your quarterback getting 5 points. That'll make up for starting running back getting 4 points. It'll hide some of those blemishes when you do that.
I really wish I could have someone score more than 13 points.
It's okay. Things are looking up for JHI, I guess. 14th round pick. Send him this way. But no, that was a great game, and we had a few MVP candidates out of that game, actually.
That's right. We've actually got, we don't have video for them, but we've got 2 honorable mentions, both from this game. In fact, almost all of them are on Josh's team since he won. But number 1 honorable mention would be Ezekiel Elliott with his 40-point thrashing of the 49ers.
Indeed he did. But we all knew that he was going to have a good game. 40 points, might a little bit more than I was hoping for, but yeah, how about that? When you score 40 points and you're an honorable mention for the MVP.
The second honorable mention is obviously the best defense that you can play against Randall, tie prevention.
Right, because we all know Randall's history of tying, of
Randall
locking down a tie.
Loves ties.
And that also, had Randall tied, he would still be undefeated.
Yep, exactly.
So his streak would have continued. But that was put to rest.
Thus, honorable mention. Number 2 goes to the right upright of the Eagles field. The Eagles were home, right?
They were at...
Were they at Washington?
They were...
No, they were home. They were home.
Yeah, they were home.
Yeah, so the Eagles... West side end zone, right upright, honorable mention number 2.
Way to block that kick.
Because it was the wind. It actually, you see, if you watch the video, it goes in just a little to block it.
And that was a 40-something yard attempt?
A 45-yard attempt.
So that would have been a tie, and Randall would still be undefeated, but that did not happen. But, both those honorable mentions had a lot to play in Josh's win, but nobody had a bigger role to play than the actual MVP of Week 7.
I grant you the button press.
All right, I'm going to press this button with this finger.
That's right.
CFoD MVP.
In the game, the Raiders do. He's going to toss it back to Carr. Then he's looking long. And it is caught by Cooper for the touchdown on the flea flicker. Across the middle and open. Look at him go. It's Cooper again. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
That was an impressive video, but you know what? I think I have another honorable mention.
Oh? What was that?
Your finger.
Thank you.
That pressed the button that was clutch.
Yeah, finger has definitely been improving this year. It's gotten a lot of practice. I'm not going to get into the kinds of practice that it's been going through, but
Understood.
But ones that I can talk about. A lot of button pushing going on, and a lot of pontificating. Because a lot of times when I make a point, the finger helps out there too. So it's a utility player.
I could see that coming in handy in another segment here in a little while.
Oh.
But anyways, so here we are, back to last week's game. Quick high five, round of applause for Amari Cooper, this week's MVP.
Indeed.
44 points.
That'll do it.
He had 34 points the rest of the season.
It's tough to lose when you have a player putting up 44 points. That's almost as much as Justin's entire team put up. So Justin and Allen, they would have had a really good game had they
Justin
played each other
Allen
this
would have
week.
lost to Amari Cooper and Ezekiel Elliott.
And meanwhile, Ashley and Cody lucked out with their matchups that week because they would have lost to
me.
They would have lost to you, and that's never good when you're scoring less than Danny McCormick. They would have tied or lost to Barron, and they both would have beaten James. But other than that, that was some fortuitous.
Must have been a nice
scheduling.
bye week. Nice bye week.
Yep, it came at a good time. So Ashley's sitting at 5-2 in 5th place. How about that? The CFoD is certainly top heavy at the moment.
Yeah, and who does she play this week? We'll get into it when we get into matchups. So anyways,
Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that. We did have a pretty good matchup there with James and Ralph.
Yeah, it fizzled out at the Sunday night and Monday night game, but it was good up until then.
Indeed.
It had potential.
Indeed. And then, obviously, Jeff had a pretty solid win against Barron.
Who decided to make some changes this week.
Yeah, I was talking about that. I mean, I'm sure everybody out there knows that Barron no longer has Le'Veon Bell. Someone else in the league does.
Someone has Le'Veon Bell?
Someone does.
Who?
If I may use the finger, it's this guy. This guy has Le'Veon Bell. Nope, you can't have him.
Dang it.
See? Defense. So, no, the thing about Barron's team is with Aaron Rodgers going down, Jordy Nelson hasn't been quite the same value of a player. So Barron found himself relying a lot on one player, and that was Le'Veon Bell. So decided to kick a tire, see if I could get send him multiple players for Le'Veon Bell, and we had a long discussion, and the trade ended up happening. So I feel pretty good about that moving forward.
Great.
And we'll see if it works out for Barron if he's able to get into a playoff spot.
I hope I pass him.
I hope you don't.
Oh.
Sorry. I don't want to play in the playoffs. I told you, your team's scary.
Let's take a look at the standings. So here's where we stand. Randall didn't fall anywhere. He might have lost, but he did not fall because he has scored a lot of points.
Indeed, he has. Randall is having a great year. The first to break 1,000 in the CFoD. There are 3 teams right up there knocking on the door. So yeah, those 4 teams at the top. We obviously know they're going to be in the playoffs, and it's going to be a tough match. We've all been loading up throughout the weeks. Not really Randall, I guess. Randall hasn't really made any big trades to add on to his team,
really.
But it's been solid since week 1. Obviously,
yeah. When you're scoring that many points, you don't really need to make a change.
No, you don't. Every year you got to make everybody else catch up to you, which we've kind of been doing. Ashley made some moves this week to start climbing up there too. And yeah, like we were talking about just a little bit earlier, there's a lot of teams there fighting for those last 2 spots in the playoffs, and it could be interesting. I could see all what is that? 5 teams fighting for 2 spots, basically. Since with James selling now, I think it's safe to assume James is out moving forward.
It's fine.
And then which of those shitty teams at the bottom is going to be the clusterfucker?
I hope it's not me.
# Dark Horse.
No. I'm sorry. I just haven't been myself this episode yet.
It's okay, buddy.
Well,
things are looking up.
How are they looking up? Have you seen... Okay, first off, my team sucks, so that makes me less motivated to do the show.
Your team doesn't suck. You just suck at managing it. Well, let's take some personal responsibility.
One thing I don't suck at managing is the show, and
you do suck at managing the show because half of my face is blocked off by the standings right now, and that's on you.
Move the fuck over.
Oh, thank you for managing the show.
See?
If you were allowed to do the same thing with your lineup and make changes in the middle of it, you'd probably be better at fantasy football.
Yeah, but anyways, the ratings for this show have been terrible recently, thanks to you. I mean, we've lost almost all of our sponsors.
There's always going to be more sponsors.
I just don't want to go into this. I just was trying to say I'm not being myself. I apologize for getting into this rant. I did not.
Buck up, buddy. It's going to be fine. See, I've got the long arm again. Woo!
Yay.
Things are going to be okay.
All right. What is our next segment? Don't we normally go to fuck up of the week, or
we do normally go to fuck up of the week, but I'd actually like to take a detour right now in the show, if that's okay with you. I'd like to, if I may steal a page from my good friend Lance Storm's book, I'd like to get serious for a minute.
Oh, you want to do the serious minute?
I do.
We haven't done that segment. Did you bring the glasses?
I did not, but this is a very serious topic, and it needs to be addressed. So,
all right. Well, I'm going to press the button.
Press the bumper. So this week, I have something that I really need to talk about. And
okay.
As everyone knows, as you've just alluded to, 2 weeks ago on this very show, I made some untoward comments that a lot of people weren't happy with. And it is for that reason that...
I don't want to bring this up. This is why the ratings are down, is because you brought up those comments.
Yes, Danny, and that's exactly the reason why I need to take some responsibility for those comments. This needs to be talked about. It's uncomfortable, but this is the only way we make progress through that. It's in much the same way that you need to take accountability for your shitty lineup decisions. I need to take responsibility for the things that I said 2 weeks ago when, we all know what I said. back there. And despite my heartfelt apology that I gave last week on the show, I don't think that quite got to the core of things. You know, it's very easy to come out there and give a canned written apology, and you don't know if that's true. That's just PR magic up there. What I've learned in the last week is that actions say a lot more than words do. And with that in mind, I have something I'd like to share with all of you. Thank you. Hi, I'm Tommy Vereen. You may know me from Coming Out of Your Mother's Bedroom or the CFoD show. Well, today I'm here to talk to you about something very near and dear to my heart. Little Baldwins, a new charity organization built from the ground up, dedicated to bettering the lives of kids who happen to be near me. We're calling it Little Baldwins because, well, that's what they are. But just because they're annoying little shits doesn't mean they don't deserve love too. Sure, they may have parents and families who love them, but I don't, and that's where the Little Baldwins Foundation comes in. I know what you're asking yourself, Tommy. Is this a scam? Well, my friend Tony Gandolfo's here to clear that up for you.
Nope, not a scam.
Thanks, Tony. Well, if that doesn't set your mind at ease, I don't know what will. And there you have it. Everything you need to know about my new charitable organization, Little Baldwins. I hope you'll find it in your hearts to donate to such a worthy and selfless organization. Go CFoD yourselves. For the children.
What the fuck did I just watch?
Huh?
Where did you get that?
These are charitable contributions, Danny. I'm doing bookkeeping right now. You'd understand that if you had a nonprofit organization.
When did you do this?
Fuck, I said I'm busy, Danny.
But I'm confused. Like,
what is there to be confused about? I started a nonprofit organization. I'm counting the donations from that, and I'm going to use this money to make the world a better place.
you just announced this. How do you already have contributions?
Of course you get the contributions before you release the information. That's how I paid for the commercial, Danny. Fuck.
When did you make the commercial?
Sometime over the week, I had the film crew do it.
Film crew.
Yeah, my film crew. You don't have your own personal film crew that you have do shit like that?
I have 2 cameras on top of my monitors. That's
You know, if you take those cameras off the monitors and take them out into the world, you can film things out there too, and you can make a difference that way. So that's what I do.
Okay, let me just get this right. Okay, how are you helping the kids?
Did you not watch the commercial, Danny? It explained everything.
I did, but I don't... What are you doing?
Watch the commercial again. Hi, I'm Tommy Vereen. You may know me from Coming Out of Your Mother's Bedroom or the CFoD show. Well, today I'm here to talk to you about something very near and dear to my heart. Little Baldwins, a new charity organization built from the ground up, dedicated to bettering the lives of kids who happen to be near me. We're calling it Little Baldwins because, well, that's what they are. But just because they're annoying little shits doesn't mean they don't deserve love too. Sure, they may have parents and families who love them, but I don't, and that's where the Little Baldwins Foundation comes in. I know what you're asking yourself, Tommy. Is this a scam? Well, my friend Tony Gandolfo's here to clear that up for you.
Nope, not a scam.
Thanks, Tony. Well, if that doesn't set your mind at ease, I don't know what will. And there you have it. Everything you need to know about my new charitable organization, Little Baldwins. I hope you'll find it in your hearts to donate to such a worthy and selfless organization. Go CFoD yourselves. For the children. See, there's toys and shit. Plus, I got a point for that catch.
I don't understand.
Well, you don't have to understand it, Danny. The point is it's making a difference.
Well, first off, how can you even say that? It's an expletive.
Well, I'm allowed to say it now because it no longer represents malice from my heart. So I can say Little Baldwins all day long, and now it's a good thing.
Can I say little
Fuck no, you can't say that. It's not your charity.
Sorry.
Did you not hear the beep?
I did, but I didn't know it was going to happen.
Well, now you do.
What if I donate to the little Can I guess not.
If you donate to Little Baldwins, I will thank you for donating to Little Baldwins. That's how that works. You still don't get to say it, but I do because it's goodwill on my part. What fucking stack was I counting?
How much do you have?
I don't know. I'm trying to count it.
I guess that makes sense. God, that is a lot.
Don't you have a show to do?
Can I have some?
No! Get your own nonprofit organization.
I don't know how.
Don't you have a show to do or something? Carry on.
All right, next up is Fuck Up of the Week, right? Can we go to
Sure.
that?
Whatever. Do your thing.
Press the bumper?
Danny, I'm busy. Press your own bumper.
Oh, okay.
Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up. This time I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up.
Jackson, it's a foot race, and he's going to win it. Touchdown, Bears.
All right, well, here we are, Fuck Up of the Week. I guess I come up with the nominations then?
No, you're the fuck up, Danny. You fucked up quite a bit this week.
Well, who are the nominees?
Let's see. No, you are all the nominees. Let's see. There was Tyler Croft. There was Jay Ajayi. There was Playing Against Me. There was not starting a charitable contribution organization, whatever you have you. The Panthers lost, so there was that. You didn't feed the cat, so you got yelled at by your wife for that. The list just continues as far as the numbers of ways that you fucked up. Let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fuck-ups that you had.
I don't like your your non-profit organization. It's taken away from the show. I'm sorry.
You get mad at me for causing controversy, and then you get mad at me for solving the controversy. What do you want from me, Danny? I'm trying to give back here.
I want you to be involved in the show.
I am involved in the show. Do you see how involved I am? You see the difference I'm making? Fuck, play a bumper.
For what?
Danny is taking out the trash.
Why did you play that bumper?
Because it was a fun bumper that we haven't seen in a while, and I had to shut you up somehow.
All right, so anyways, can we just go to the weekly breakdowns?
No, we gotta hear from the people first.
Oh, so now you're back in the show? We're doing the show for real. Okay.
Well, I've been doing the show the whole time, Danny. I'm just multitasking. These are the compromises you have to make when you're the figurehead of a charitable organization like I am. You would understand, but you're Jewish, and you keep all of your money instead of giving it back. So, let's hear from the people.
CFoD emails and voicemails.
That's right. If you would like to get in contact with the show, just email or call the number and email you see on the screen. This week we got 17 voicemails and 42 emails.
We did.
We got a lot of emails.
We did. A lot of emails. I mean, it's it's 2017. I think people would text if they could, but emails are very popular.
Yep.
And much more positive than last week's emails.
So we've got our first email here. It is from hotchick69 at sexemail.com. I just donated $2,000 to the Little Foundation. It helps so many kids who happen to be near you that it just warms my heart. Tommy, if you are ever in the Denver area, please give me a call and I'll buy you a drink.
Oh.
Winky face.
Well,
XOXO.
Well, that warms my heart. Hotchick69 at sexemail.com. Thank you for your generous donation. It has been received and it will be put to good use.
That's what your mama said.
All right.
So what exactly are you doing with the money?
Don't worry about it. You don't need to know that. Exactly what happens to it. I'm not going to get into the breakdown of all of it. It's very complex. You wouldn't understand.
I like that transition, buddy. Breakdown of it.
Oh.
Let's break down some matchups this week.
Let's get in.
This is the
CFoD.
weekly breakdown.
That's right, people. Week number 8. Very important week. This is where people will take a stranglehold of where they are on the standings. You're welcome, James.
That's right.
Anyways, on to game number 1. Are you ready, Tommy?
I'm ready, Danny.
It's the worst game of the week.
The worst game of the week. Who's it between?
That is between me and Baron.
Oh, shit. Well, that's not an awful game. That's actually a pretty close game there.
It is, but our scores are... Oh, that's funny. The green screen takes away the 127. But anyways,
Interesting.
The records have us at a total of 18. I'm in 10th place. He's in 8th place. That's an 18. That is the biggest number in terms of rankings between our contestants this week. That's between me and Baron.
Both
So,
of you
Tommy,
need wins. I'll tell you that. Like, this is a very crucial week for both of you because if you have any hope of getting back into the playoffs, because we've talked about this. I look at your team and I see a playoff team, but then I look at your record and I see a hashtag dark horse. So you need to get a win quickly. Baron needs to get a win after that trade that he just made. It's very crucial that he gets on the board. Didn't get a great start from Jarvis Landry, but he did have points from Jeremy Macklin.
Yep.
So it's going to be...
puts him at 22 points for the week, and me getting 7 points of JHI puts me at 7.
Yeah, but you're used to that, so it's okay. You know how to overcome that. I know you haven't done it yet, but you know how to. You just need to have better performances from the rest of your players. And guess what, Danny?
DeAndre Hopkins isn't going to play because he's mad at his owner.
That's possible. And he's playing against Seattle. But regardless,
I'm going to lose.
I'm going to pick you to win.
Thanks, buddy. I picked Baron.
You're welcome. Contention. All right.
All right, on to game number 2. That's the second worst game of the week.
Who's this between?
That would be between you and Alan.
Oh, well, I'm going to win.
All right, on to game number 3.
Alan doesn't have a flex, and he actually doesn't have anyone to start there because Devontae Parker didn't play this week, and all of his other players who would be eligible for that spot are on bye.
Yeah, and since he has such a great team, he can't drop anyone and try and pick someone up.
Yeah, I think the rest of the guys there on his roster are like, I wouldn't drop them. I was looking at it earlier. Oh, he does have Tennessee's defense on his bench. That was one that he could afford to drop if he really wanted to. But I'm not here to give Alan advice on how to compete with me. So, Alan, you should keep your team the same way it is and try again next week, buddy. Tommy wins.
All right, we can shake on that. Don't tap the table. Mike hears it.
It's fun to tap, and who cares about Mike? He's not even in the league anymore.
On to game number 3. That's between Jeff and Justin.
And I know we never waste time talking about Justin's matchups, but I think we're going to break that. I think we're going to break that trend this week.
Yeah, because if you look at the top, the current score,
35-0.
that's right.
And all he had was a defense.
And Jeff actually started someone.
He did, and he got 0 points.
That's
from
right.
his kicker.
I've done that before already with the Miami kicker.
If anyone knows about that, it's you, Danny.
And the Dolphins actually scored a touchdown in that game.
And then on top of that, Justin went off the strength of that defensive performance. He actually went out and filled his lineup. That's right. He has a full roster there ready of players who could potentially score points.
Oh my God, Marlon Mack can score points.
That's right, he can. And Mitch Trubisky against New Orleans might throw more than 4 passes. Or complete more than 4 passes.
Oh my God.
So there is a situation here where all of Justin's players could score points, and he actually could beat Jeff, which would be a tremendous upset in the CFoD, Danny. And I'm saying that there is a scenario where that could happen.
So you're picking Justin?
Hell no, I'm not picking Justin. He doesn't have a chance in hell. Jeff's going to win this one.
Yeah. All right. I'm still just flabbergasted by the full lineup.
Right. We haven't seen that in weeks.
We haven't seen that since game 2.
Yeah, before he sold off his entire team.
No, I meant game number 2 because Alan didn't have a full roster.
Oh, that's right.
And
That's true.
you.
I see.
Okay. Anyways, on to game number 4. That's between 2 people who really need a win.
Well, Ashley has 5 wins. She's actually sitting pretty well in the standings so far. Her only problem is that she sits behind 4 other teams that are all very good, and have been loading up. Ashley's quietly flying under the radar, but still winning games, mostly off the strength of her Redskins. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's not like I called them the or something like that. See, if I say it that way, it still gets beeped. So, anyway, Ashley now has receivers because...
Didn't look like it got beeped.
It got beeped.
Did it?
Yeah.
Try it again.
See, that gets beeped. But if I say, donate to Little Baldwin's, then it's okay.
I'm confused.
Don't worry about it.
So I can't say
no.
or little.
No, you can't.
Am I racist or something?
Yes.
Okay.
You are racist against children. Anyway, Ashley has receivers now because she's traded for Alshon Jeffrey, and Juju Smith-Schuster is sitting in a pretty good position with the benching of Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, playing against the person who has Martavis Bryant on his bench.
Indeed. The irony of that. So that and her Redskins actually gives Ashley a pretty formidable lineup. I think I fucked it up again, but that's okay. Ralph also has players on his team. And this is going to be a close matchup, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, with all that being said, who are you picking, Danny?
Well, it's come to a place where the only way I am going to make it to the playoffs is if the people ahead of me lose. Both of these people are ahead of me, as is everyone who is an 0-7. But Ashley is further ahead of me, and it will be much harder to catch her. Thus, if Ralph loses, I could actually pass him this week. Go, Ashley!
So, you're rooting for Ashley, but are you picking Ashley to win?
I don't want to answer that question.
You have to answer the question. That's what the segment's all about.
I think Ralph's going to win.
You think Ralph's going to win?
Yes, because he has little Doug in his...
He does have little Doug in his
You
lineup.
could have said it.
I can say it, but it's probably still going to get beeped.
Okay.
But I have good news for you, Danny, because I'm actually going to pick Ashley in this one.
You fucking what?
That's right. I'm going to do it. Boom. All right. Yep. Good matchup. I think it's going to come down to the wire, but I just have a feeling I think Ashley's going to win this one.
Speaking of the wire, do any of them have Monday night players? Yes, Travis Kelce on Monday night, so that could be it.
It could be one to keep an eye out for. We'll find out Sunday.
All right, on to game number 5. That's right, the best game that isn't the big game of the week between James and Randall.
Randall's going to win.
Yeah, probably.
All right. 7-1 for Randall.
All right, big game of the week. That's because 6 plus 3 equals 9, which is 1 less than 8 versus 2. Or no, what was the last one? 9 versus 1. That's right.
Are we talking about triple plays in baseball? Is that what we're talking about right now?
No, it's the 1-6-4 double play. Speaking of which, there's a World Series game on tonight, isn't there?
There is, and game 2 was quite enjoyable to watch.
It was all right. I watched the 9th inning on.
That's all you really.
That's
need
when
to
it
watch.
got boring, though.
Really, from the 8th inning on was a good place to watch. But regardless, good series. Hashtag fuck the Dodgers. Now let's get into this matchup where Josh is one of those elite loaded up teams at the top, especially if Amari Cooper puts up 44 points every week.
Yep, and Ezekiel Elliott puts up 40.
That's right. But this could be Josh's last week without Zeke.
Last week with Zeke?
Or last week with Zeke, yes. Because that suspension
on the 30th, they're doing that whole talkie thing.
Right, the talkie thing. That's the official name of it. So Zeke could be gone for the next 6 weeks, which is pretty poor timing for Josh to lose.
Sadly, he only has Melvin Gordon and Devontae Freeman.
I don't know how he's going to recover from there, but looking at this matchup, Cody does have a good team for the most part. Ben Watson had a pretty projection-filled match game last night.
He did.
He got 8 points over his projected 7, so he's par for the course there. Justin Tucker outperformed his projection by 3.
Way to go, Justin.
I don't like
Tucker.
Terrell Pryor. Terrell Pryor's been awful this year, and he's still in Cody's lineup, and that's really the only thing that I look at Cody's lineup and don't like. Other than that, I think he has a solid team capable of competing. But I'm really tempted to pick Josh here just because of how loaded his team is at the top.
I am also pulling the same strategy from last game, whereas Josh is so far ahead of me I can't catch him that I have to hope that Cody keeps losing and I can catch him.
So you're picking Josh?
I am picking Josh.
Yeah, I'm trying. I want to make a case for Cody because of the matchups that he has. He has Adam Thielen against Cleveland in a game that we don't
Mike
know
Evans
if Diggs is going to play or
Carolina.
not. That's a good matchup. Alvin Kamara is always a threat to catch passes against Chicago's defense.
I like Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, C.J. Anderson's been a bit disappointing. So, I could see a case for Cody to be made there, but right now, Josh led the league in scoring last week. He's still got those 3 stud running backs all in pretty good matchups, so I just can't pick against Josh right now. Picking
All right.
Josh. All right.
I like how when we do that, watch. Handshake is both in my screen and in your screen.
It's mostly in your screen.
But it's in your screen too.
All right. That's the angle. Never mind. Now what do we do?
I believe we click this button, and then we click this button, and we don't have Amari Cooper in here, but I'm sure Crabtree will be very happy once he gets in here.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 Raiders in here. I think it's as many wins as they have too, so something like that. I don't know. Think Marshawn Lynch will ever end up in here? Get it? Because he sucks.
If we make the background be like a train, we could probably get him in here.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you know?
Yeah, I get it. I get your reference.
Oh no, I understand that you get my reference. I'm just saying, do you want that?
Nah.
Do you don't want Marshawn?
We're actually kind of running out of room here, and we still have half a season to go.
Oh, we can
MVPs
make
to
things
add.
smaller.
That's what your mama said.
I don't know.
Smallwood.
Ooh.
Wendell Smallwood.
Preview of next week's MVP?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Who has Wendell
Honorable
Smallwood?
mention, at least.
And we did have, well, I don't know. You have to get at least 40 points or be a goalpost to get an honorable mention around here. So
Either get 40 points or deny 4 points.
Yep. But we digress.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the point is, I just want everyone out there to know that it's okay to atone for your sins as long as you do that in a way that benefits all the kids out there.
Yeah.
So everyone go out there and watch the commercial again, and at the end it says the whole thing like to PayPal. So that's the best way. You can also just hand me cash whenever you see me. That also is a good way to donate to Little Baldwins. Thank you.
All right. Well, as much as I gave you crap throughout this episode, I really am happy that you're doing something positive.
It feels good.
And when this show gets released, I really hope that the ratings reflect your change of heart in terms of, because I mean, like,
you know,
you feeling good?
The ratings are great, but really the money is why I do it. So if you can just, the money, well, for the kids, because the money comes to me, and that's better for the kids. So that's what's important.
Okay. All right. And I kind of want to do a commercial now. Can I borrow your camera crew?
No, you're going to have to get your own camera crew. But here's, if I can donate to that, to your Danny's camera crew fund.
Is that legal to give money from a donation? Like,
yeah, it's all. The great part about this, like, the government doesn't even know about this shit. So, like, because as a charitable organization, there are so many tax loopholes that are great there. It's fucking awesome. You really need to get your own charity. So you just, like, I really don't know how it works, but basically it goes into the charity, and then you just say that you're doing all this great shit with it, and that's what you do. So you use the money to do the good stuff. But if some of it goes around here or there, I can just say that, like, that I'm giving you the money for the film crew to shoot like another branch of Little Baldwins or something like that. I don't know. Don't worry about it. The point is, it's not a scam. And go CFoD yourselves.
Thank you for watching the CFoD show. Oh, and sorry about saying...
We're almost there, everybody. You're so silly. It's getting a little old with the... Up. Okay. It's so much fun. Yes. Alright, are we done with this shit yet?